Hey guys, Michael here with the Wednesday update, and today is Wednesday, June 30th, and yeah, fun times, fun times. The last few days here in the state of Washington, as I'm sure it has been across the nation, has been like sitting on Satan's butthole. It has just been unfathomably hot for our area. Like, our area never sees temperatures above 80 or 90, and the fact that it's been 100 and above for like 3 or 4 days has been just freaking ridiculous. Today we're back to our usual Washingtonian weather. It's dark and overcast outside. It's kind of humid and muggy. It's cooler. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I have like 8 fans going on, and I was so blessed that on one of the hottest days that we've had so far, somebody gave me a portable air conditioning unit, and this thing is a beast. It's like 2 million pounds, but yeah, 2 million pounds. Looks like it's a little beat up or whatever, but I don't care about aesthetics as long as it works or serves its purpose. And it does all the above. It works and it serves its purpose, and everything else is just minor. And, fuck you companies for making shit so ridiculously expensive. Like, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever that a portable air conditioning unit should be $200 to $600. Not when you can go to Walmart and get a window unit for like less than $200. Like, fuck you, you greedy sons of bitches. I hope capitalism dies at the roots. Like, I really do on some of these things, because that's just greed. And like, I went to look for just a regular window unit the other day, and there wasn't even like box fans. They were all gone, and I'm like, that's not okay. What about like elderly folks who maybe don't have the money to spend $300 or $400, that they can only afford the $20 for a box fan? And box fans never used to cost $20. I remember a few years ago when they were like $10, $15. But I have found myself doing the, well, back in my day type thing way too much lately. So, anyways, I'm extremely blessed that I was given that portable air conditioner unit. I've spent the last 3 days locked in my bedroom. My poor cat doesn't understand why we're not out in the rest of the house. I actually hurt her foot the first night because I was like trying to push her back into the bedroom when I was taking her litter box in there with me. And once she got acclimated to the weather, because she was panting, guys, I seriously thought she was gonna die of a damn heat stroke. But she was hardcore panting, like just didn't know what was going on, trying to get cool. She was getting to the point where she was like beyond done with me like putting water on her. Like, she tried to like kill me herself by clawing. It's not showing up on camera right here, but I have this like deep cut right here from her nails. So now that she realizes that, hey, the bedroom's colder than the rest of the house. Like, yesterday morning, we came walking out into the living room, and she walked out. She's all, ugh. She looked at me like I have offended her delicate nature. So now all I have to do is say, hey, I'm going back to the bedroom. She's all, whew. It is cold in my room this morning because of the temperatures outside or whatever. And I have my bedroom door open so that it can maybe cool down the rest of the house a little bit. I'm actually thinking about shutting it off right now just because of how nice it is, and just to try to like save on my electric bill. I have no idea how much my poor electric bill is going to be, but yeah. So, also on top of that, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've gone to the lake a couple of times over the last couple of days, and that has been freaking wonderful. One night, my friends and I, we were out there from like 5:30 in the afternoon till 12:30 at night, and just swimming in that water for that long. And I only got out of the water like maybe a grand total of 45 minutes the whole time that I was there. All the other time I was just out there like treading water, swimming, sitting on the lake bottom. You see some of these like markings on my face right now. Some of it's stress, but some of it's also from being eaten alive by the mosquitoes that decided that they wanted to show up at like dusk. And there was just like a layer of mosquitoes on the surface of the water at one point. So that wasn't too fun. But, you know, it was better than getting like completely sunburnt, sunstroke, and all the things in between. Yeah, so and I got banned on Facebook last night. So I have, I believe, a 24-hour ban on Messenger and a 7-day ban on Facebook itself, because I posted a video of a child spitting on their parents and throwing a temper tantrum, and I just said, oh hell no, I'd beat that kid. If that were my parents and it was back in the 80s, the whole damn town would have lined up to beat the shit out of me. And so apparently the Facebook algorithm said no, 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 and put me in Facebook jail. So I had to go through the whole freaking process of starting up another account just so that I could get a hold of friends and family, because some of my friends and some of my family, that's the only way that I have to communicate with them. And I'm like, no, this isn't going to work. Sorry, this is not going to work. Like, I can understand like the Facebook jail aspect of it, keeping you from being able to post directly to Facebook, but your friends list and being able to contact on Messenger, that's something completely different, and that really shouldn't be a thing. And I remember like in the days of MySpace, just like the absolute fuck you, I'm not doing this, of switching over to Facebook, and how Facebook used to be versus how Facebook is now. It's just a huge difference. And I know that you sign waivers and all this other stuff, but Facebook back in the day didn't have all those waivers that you've had to sign. And I understand that it's a different political climate and it's a different whatever, but I still just think that it's a little overkill to completely cut out Messenger. Because chances are the people who are on your friends list, your political, your social, and your whatever agenda kind of merge together. And it's a direct form of communication. And now that like Facebook Messenger is a separate app that you can download for, they should have it separated. So like if you get banned on one, you're still okay on the other. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on the whole subject. But yeah, so I had a million people sending me messages on my old profile asking, hey, did you start up a new profile because blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes I did. And if you took a second to actually click on the profile, which I understand because I wouldn't have done the same, and I'm the first person to bitch and yell and scream and complain about people starting up a billion profiles, but considering that this is the second profile that I've made with the group of friends that I have, yeah, so I had one of my other friends post on my thing, on my account that's been blocked, that's what was happening. So hopefully my friends and family see that and like, oh, okay, he's over here on this other profile. I'm sorry, I got a hangnail and it's bothering the hell out of me. So yeah, every morning I usually wake up and I do like a good morning post on Facebook, and so now that that's not part of my routine, it's kind of throwing me off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just post it on my original, or I'm going to post it on the new account and tag the original account so that it pops up on that account's timeline. And then once everything's said and done, I will go and just copy and paste everything over into my original profile and maybe just try to stop posting altogether. I don't know. Just do my morning posts and share memes and what have you. So, yeah. But anyways, I have no idea what today holds. I do know that I'm hungry, and I'm still doing the intermittent fasting. Still getting calls from Zordon asking me to come save Angel Grove. But yeah, so still doing the intermittent fasting. Don't know if that's actually working now anymore or not. I gotta kind of like switch things up, I think, because I still feel like I'm not losing the amount of weight that I should be losing. And I've been going at it for a little over a month, almost 2 months now. But I've also heard that like within the first 2 or 3 months that things don't really work out all that well, and then afterwards sorry, it just melts off. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still gonna continue to do it, even if it's not like even if it's not something that I physically like enter into an app or like am aware of. I'm doing it. What else was there? Oh, over the last couple of days, I've been hanging out with somebody that I've known for like eons. And when I say this, like, me and this person have been friends since I was 11, and I'm 40 now. And yeah, so it's been a couple of days since we've been made our friendship or whatever. And at one point, I considered this person a mother figure. That's how, like, I've always made friends with people who are older than me or younger than me. Like, I have a hard time making friends with peers or people my own age. And so they started going on and on about some anti-LGBT issues and stuff like that, and I'm a ally and I'm a supporter of the LGBTQ community. And they were talking to me about how their granddaughter, ever since they took an inclusion class, or that the school that she goes to has started inclusion or whatever, that she now has been going around saying that she's a boy and that her name is Ethan and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, so what's the issue? I failed to see what the problem is. Now, this person, I don't really know how to explain their political views outside of they're a walking freaking contradiction. They are extremely democratic in nature, but hold hardcore Republican beliefs. So I don't know what that is all about. Like, democratic in nature in the fact that they use the food stamp program, they use free medical, free whatever. If it's free, they are the first people there to get said free program or what have you. And yet, red is right, blue is the devil, and libertarianism is just a bunch of mentally disabled folk. So yeah, not really sure how that works out, and not really sure how we are friends, but you can think whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, you could be whatever you want. And I'm typically not a very judgmental, biased person. Now, I will judge you like a freaking pig at a county fair all day, every day. But at the end of the day, I'm not a judgmental person in the fact that, oh, you're like this, so I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm usually the person that will give the person who everyone else has said that they've been fucked over by that person like X number of times or whatever. I'm usually the one that gives that person one more chance. They haven't done that to me. Yeah, they say that, or yeah, you say that they've done this to you or whatever, and that's fine. I'm sorry that you've had that experience with them, but until it's done directly to me, I can't make that assumption. And I'm not that person that will go up and be all like, oh, well, so-and-so said this about you, so that means I can't be your friends. I'm sorry, you know, I'm friends with people that are like mortal enemies with each other. I'm that go-between. And it's been that way my whole life. Like, my best friend in junior high and high school had a blood feud with this one particular family. And, well, if you're friends with them, you can't be friends with me. I'm like, you're not going to dictate who I am or am not friends with. Like, yeah, I've known you longer, and yeah, we have more of a history together, but, no. I can be cordial to them and friendly with them. I can be cordial to you and friendly with you. And you two don't have to have shit to do with each other. There's that. So, pat you on the head, feed you from the hand, send you on your way. So, going back to this issue, she claims that, like, everything's okay, but it's the granddaughter has always identified as the granddaughter and not as a boy. And I said, well, you know, the town that she lives in is extremely small, and I can't imagine that the LGBT community is all that large in a town of, like, I think less than 200 people. And I said, so she may not have had the knowledge, the verbiage, or the understanding of what she feels inside. And she tried to argue transgenderism with me by telling me, oh, well, you don't just become transgender. I'm like, no, you don't just become transgender, but at one point you do start to realize, oh, hey, it's okay for me to feel this way. Oh, hey, that's what this means. Oh, hey, wow. Okay, so I'm a girl, but I like girls, and I like the way that boys dress, and I like the way that it looks on me, and I feel like a boy sometimes. I'm like, you know, sexuality is a spectrum. Like, So you can't just categorize and block things off. And, like, maybe they're non-binary. Maybe on the days that she feels like being the pretty little princess, that's the days that she's presenting as feminine. Maybe on the days that she is feeling like going out and playing soccer and getting dirty and roughhousing with the boys, that's the day that she identifies as masculine. Who knows? But anyways, the comments that were made were very anti-LGBT, very anti-trans, very anti-everything. And I'm just like, why are you bringing this up to me? Like, I don't give a damn. If your granddaughter wants to be a potato, let them. Whatever. I'm like, it's your own shortcomings that you're putting on this poor kid. And, it's just that. Your shortcomings. Well, her dad has decided not to allow her to take any of the hormone suppression therapies and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, fuck your son for doing that first and foremost. If she's actually wanting to be a transgendered, or if she actually is a transgendered person, not wanting to be, I'm sorry. But, if she actually is transgender or wants to be known as Ethan and wants to be addressed as he, him, his, or they, them, theirs, or whatever, then those are 100% that child's, like, that's 100% that child's choice. And, like, if you don't allow your children to express themselves, chances are they're going to kill themselves. Suicide rate in the LGBTQ youth is tremendously higher than in straight heterosexual, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word, heterosexual youth. And she's like, well, it's a very supporting environment for her, so she could come out if she wants to. I'm like, is it though? If her parents are like adamant about, no, you're not going to do the hormone therapy, no, you're not going to do this, we're going to put you in therapy, blah blah, and then they tried to tell me, oh, well, she is going to a LGBTQ therapist, and the therapist is a transgender who went from female to male back to female. I'm like, okay, that happens. I've heard and I've witnessed people and I've watched videos of people saying that they've reversed their trans status. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. Like, it's a little easier for a woman to go to a man and then reverse than it is from a man to go to a woman and then reverse, because especially if you have bottom surgery, there's all kinds of issues that go along with that. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what you've just got to let people live their damn life. You cannot dictate to them what they do, what they are, who they are, and why they are. All you can do is be supportive. If you don't live as a member of the LGBT community, you have no right to say anything about the LGBTQ community. Religion be damned. Politics be damned. It has nothing to do but with the person, how they identify, how they choose to live, how they choose. And it's not even a choice. It's a biological thing. And I'm sorry that I'm using that terminology, that they choose to do this. It's not a choice, but it is a choice for them to include you into their world. So, if they decide that they want to live their truth, then it's their truth, not yours. And if that bothers you, I'm sorry, but love is love. So get the hell over it. And I'm going to say this for the last time. I'm a supporter of the LGBTQ community, and I love every one of my LGBTQ friends and family. And you will always have a safe space here on my channel. And if you need to speak to somebody, please reach out to me. I am always here, and I will always do my best to talk to you. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video now because we're almost at the 30-minute mark, and I didn't mean for it to go this long. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Questions, comments, concerns in the comment section down below. Social media links are also down below, so go ahead and follow me on the different medias. And Patreon link is there if you should wish to donate a few dollars to me to do continual education and help me further pursue my goals of becoming a peer counselor and just taking other classes online. It would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.